Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ken Frederick Podcast, episode 54, Doctor Strange spoiler review. I want to say thank you for listening. If you just checked us out in the interwebs, check us out at kfpodcast.com, Facebook at kfpodcast, Ken Fred Podcast on the Twitter, and newly Ken Frederick Podcast on the Instagrams. We got a full house tonight about Doctor Strange pants.
Not the cast, a full house.
No, we do. Joey Gladstone.
Dave Cooley.
That's all you could name. One guy.
Because he didn't cut it out and he liked talking. He was a stand-up comedian.
And you have my loudmouth ass.
We got Dawn. We got Justin.
Yo.
We got B.A. Brock Atkinson.
How's it going, everybody?
Welcome.
We got Nautical Arms Perry.
Stupid sweater Perry's here.
What's up, Perry?
And the smartest man in the room, we got Lance.
Lance?
Hey there, all.
That was a nice.
And that's it.
There we go.
We're good. Have a good night.
All right. So we're going to talk about a movie we saw.
Last week.
I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, well, usually we do them right after, but Ken was in a wedding. He was bringing joy to someone's life.
I wasn't bringing any joy. I was just witnessing it in a nice suit.
You were bringing joy to everyone's life. That's why you were at the
You make
wedding.
it seem like I had a basket full of it, and I was the
You were
flower
dressed
girl.
in like a big, I don't know. You were
Like
dressed as a dove.
diaper with wings.
He was dressed as a dove, and he was flying around shitting rice on everybody.
Shitting rice on everybody? None of that happens.
That all happened.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
You wore your Andre the Giant singlet. You were spreading joy.
One nipple was just shooting beams of joy out. Watch your eyes. Ken's shooting joy.
Wow, this derailed quickly.
It's all right. But we finally get to talk about Doctor Strange because we made Ken go see it last night. Justin saw it twice.
I
No,
fell
he
asleep
slept
again.
through it
He
twice.
did. He slept through it.
Twice.
He was
asleep.
so last night. Me and Mindy are watching it, and Justin's in the aisle in front of us. And all of a sudden, Mindy goes, points at my shoulder, or touches my shoulder, goes, and points at Justin. And I look up, and Justin's just, and it's like getting loud to shake the chair.
He's so tired. And the week before, he did the same thing. We were 5 minutes into the movie, and I heard, and I was like, I was looking for Lance because I'm like,
I am no longer the one that falls asleep.
and I looked down, I'm like, Lance isn't sleeping. And I'm like, holy shit, it's Justin right next to me. So I gave him a sharp elbow in the stomach, and then he was fine. And then later on in that movie, I thought he fell asleep again, but he was like, I'm awake, I'm fine. And I'm like, no, I hear some heavy breathing going on. He's a tired little ball of cheese.
He's just so into Doctor Strange, he just starts the heavy breathing.
That heavy magic just puts him to sleep.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
That Benedict Cumberbatch.
He has that soothing voice. He's like Bob Ross.
Yeah. Bob Ross does put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Real quick side note about Bob Ross.
Yeah. It's always a quick time for a side note about Bob Ross on a Doctor Strange podcast.
So I finally bit the bullet and canceled cable, and I have an antenna. And there's one channel, just nothing but Bob Ross on PBS.
great.
It's like PBS 13.6
Yeah.
is just Bob Ross.
They're
pictures.
rerunning all the.
Yeah, it's nonstop.
How do you think I take naked naps? I listen to Bob Ross. He puts me right out. It gets you going. All right, we can talk Doctor Strange. Here we go. 3
No, let's
minutes
talk
in.
about your naked naps. All right,
All right.
now. So Doctor Strange. So
Which reviews have been really solid for this movie, surprisingly.
it's already made its money back, apparently. So let's give a little non-spoiler review. I'm sorry, I've recorded it. I'm just out of it.
All right, well let's spoiler free in case you want to listen to this part.
Yeah.
We'll go around and talk about what we think about it. So you tell us which way we're going.
Well, I'll start and we'll go to my right.
Go ahead.
All right, so I liked it. I thought the special effects were amazing. I liked all the characters portrayed. I liked that, so we don't harp on all the same stuff, I'll do something obscure. I really like the character Wong in it. Wong is typically Doctor Strange's manservant, but they give him a more prominent role in the movie.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of it.
Yeah.
Lance?
I was actually pleasantly surprised at the way Benedict Cumberbatch played the role. It was actually a lot less pretentious than I thought he was going to be. I mean, he did play an ass to start with, but the typical origin story. But it didn't make me want to punch him in the face.
Which he can tend to do.
He can do that.
Yeah, see, I've never seen anything with him in it. But I thought
Watch Sherlock.
Sherlock, okay. Yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot. I thought it
I'm
was
with you. I
awesome.
I only thing I ever saw him was in Star Trek.
Oh, I did see him in
he
that.
was okay
he was
in
good
there.
in that. He was good in that. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought he portrayed the character awesome, actually. He really did a good job. The special effects were awesome. Made me sick a few times. I had to close my eyes.
It was a little disorienting at times.
Nerd.
Had to close my eyes.
No, I agree. It was a little disorienting at times.
Yeah, I really dug it. So.
I also really enjoyed the movie. I really liked how Benedict Cumberbatch did the role. I think he's going to make a cool...
What do you giggle at about?
I will talk about
just
it.
derailment. I can't wait to see him interact with the other Avengers.
Yeah, me too.
Especially Tony. And
Yeah.
Adam, that was in here before, shook his head and
No one on the
gave me a-
podcast realized that there's other people here. Never mind, good.
He wants to give a shout out to Adam because I gave shots out to the
Yeah.
pod last week.
shook his head and gave me an I'm an idiot look. But I want to see that stupid panel from the comic where Tony Stark and Doctor Strange are standing there, and Stark looks at Tony and he's like, or Stark looks at Strange and he's like, facial hair bros.
Oh, jeez.
I hate you. So
It's going to be good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Brock?
I liked it a lot. I was really because I know we're always supposed to talk about things we didn't like about the movie, and I really couldn't think of anything.
We'll get to that. It's on the
Yeah.
agenda.
I got some.
But I
got
think it
some.
was a great way to introduce magic into the Marvel cinematic realm.
Yep.
They did a good job with that. They, it was a standalone movie, but yet you could tell they were setting something up for future
Definitely.
Marvel stuff. Thought the acting was great. The effects were really awesome, and they weren't overdone. Like the trailer, I was worried that it was just going to be special effects all
All
over
the time,
place.
yeah, like Inception.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
only kind of a small part of the movie, honestly.
Right, it was.
I was happy with that.
That's a good point because I thought that too.
Although, like X-Men Apocalypse, the first 5 minutes, they blew like half of their special effects budget.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
and it was done well.
With that scene,
Yeah, totally
yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
no apocalyptic dust.
Thank God.
None.
Just weird.
I was worried toward the end.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. Remind me to tell you a story later about Apocalyptic Dust.
Oh. You tell.
So anyway, I thought I'm not a big fan of origin movies. Because I've seen there's so many comic book movies nowadays.
Because Don wants his characters just thrown right at him and no one
let
understands
me
what's
just say,
going on.
being someone that reads them, like I've been reading comics my whole life. I know the origin of everybody by now, unless there's new characters coming out. You know what I mean? So like, for everybody else, it was a needed movie because a lot of people don't know Doctor Strange was needed. So I put that irritation aside. Like the training, I'm not too good with magic, and then I'm getting better.
Yeah, montage
like,
stuff.
I don't really want. It bores me.
They
I'd
did a
rather see.
training montage.
They did it quick though, and the movie's very quick. It's very easy to get through.
Yes.
Like Brock said, it's needed to bring magic into the Marvel universe, and they did a great job of bringing magic into the Marvel universe.
Yep.
I didn't like some of the Doctor Strange is a bit of a pretentious dickhead in the beginning and all that stuff.
He was very, very unlikely.
It was a little
Oh,
over
yeah.
the top. I thought, I didn't think from the books that I've read he was that much of a jerk.
But I mean, I think with the time compression, that actually made the point a little easier.
Yeah.
It did. Everything in that movie was needed. There was nothing that wasn't needed. It really sold everything together, and it made him. And by the end of that movie, I mean, my God, he is just so Doctor Strange. He can't be more Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
We were talking
Yeah.
how on the Luke Cage podcast, how I think Mike Coulter is so Luke Cage,
Yeah.
and you can't get more of
Oh, yeah.
that one is so dead on. He's so good at
Yep.
it. This
This-
guy as Doctor Strange is right up there with him too. I mean,
Yeah,
he
I
is
agree.
just. There's times where I really like Chris Evans as Captain America, but I'm kind of in this scene he doesn't really remind me of Captain America. He just looks like Chris. Then other
Ford,
times
yeah.
he looks good. This guy's so dead on. He's Thor level to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth as
That makes
Thor.
sense.
Tony as Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark.
Yeah.
This guy's right up there with him. He's
Yeah.
that good at it.
All right, so we all got that out of our system. We ready to spoil the shit out of it?
Sure.
All right. What's the warning? We're gonna get
Spoilers.
Where did that start?
started right now,
I
Perry.
like Do you know twice already I've almost knocked this Pepsi into the microphone?
Okay.
Twice. It's almost happened. But anyway,
Only drinks with lids for Don.
for the baby.
Yep.
All right, spoilers. Who's going, Ken?
All right, let's flip it and reverse it. Let's go to you.
Flip it and reverse it. I like it.
all
right, I'll try and stay away. I won't try not to cover everything, but
That's why you're going first. Because when I
spoiler
start,
review, I really, really like the way they did his cape. I thought the way that it was almost like a sentient being itself. The cape was really, really cool. I know we heard some people grumbling that it was like too much, but it was almost like a character itself.
yeah.
And I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I really liked the way they did it. I liked the way they explained it, the way it caused him to fly, and he was using it, like protecting him and shielding him from stuff. It was just really well done, I thought.
The casual comic fan loved that, or the casual moviegoer.
Right.
My
Yeah.
wife thought that was the greatest thing
Yeah.
that happened in that movie was that cape.
Exactly. So that's all I'm going to say for spoilers. I'll let somebody else do it. Pass it around.
I guess it's to me next.
That's
Yeah.
to you.
Spoilers. I really enjoyed the transition and how quickly they got from him being the jerk. Like I'm just I'm only a doctor for fame and success and notoriety to, okay, there's something bigger than me. So maybe I just need somebody to knock my spiritual self out of my body for a few seconds, and I can be a nice person.
Just give you that shove.
Yeah, and we can all use that, right?
Yep.
Which that was really cool how they did
That was cool.
And the way you kind of hung there for a minute, you didn't know where you were, you know.
But it looks so good, like based on the comics, because the comics always showed him like going out. It was spot on.
The comic they would always draw you like Professor X on the astral plane. You were just like a non-colored, all solid
Right.
blue, pale white version of yourself.
But when Doctor Strange would do it, and he'd sit there and meditate, he would like pop out his back and like hover that way.
They
And
did
made
it
hero
well.
quick. Yeah,
They did it well. It looked real. I like how they weren't affecting, like you couldn't see them, but then like when they were battling, they were affecting stuff.
yeah.
People were getting knocked over, you know, from the energy. You know, that was cool.
It was good stuff. Like I said before, the effects were awesome. Not overdone, just enough to excite people, but not make people like all that.
You didn't have the building stuff constantly,
Yeah.
where you were like going to be sick.
But
agreed.
I thought the magic was a little too easy for these people to learn, though. That's my one gripe with.
There
the
was a lot of
magic.
people that just all of a sudden was making mystical shields.
Yeah,
just by twisting their hands.
yeah, they caught on pretty quick.
Yeah.
But again, I like that they didn't spend so much of the movie on that they just kind of like brushed over all that.
I agreed.
But I'll let somebody else go. I don't want to hog all the.
Probably my favorite fight scene in the movie was the first fight scene with the Ancient One versus Master
Dirty Eyes or whatever his
All
name
right,
was.
in the beginning.
Casillas.
Dirty eyes.
Casillas.
Old crusty eyes.
Acne Eyes, old crusty eyes McGee.
And his
guy.
crew, that first fight scene
Yeah.
where they introduce you to the mind, like the matter bending, the buildings and the
Dimensional portal.
the dimensional portals and the mirror realm and moving the buildings around that. And
Which
the
no
way
one else was. If you weren't a part of that fight, you were oblivious to that.
Yeah,
Right.
What's going
completely
on?
oblivious to it.
That you're now walking upside down and
the
sideways.
Other, and the other thing that I thought was cool about that was they waited to explain that until later in the movie. So you're sitting there in the beginning and you're like, how the hell is this happening? But then when it comes back, they bring that back and explain what they were doing and later on.
Why was no one freaking out, screaming?
Yeah.
What's going on in those buildings?
Yeah, and I thought that was cool. The other thing that I thought was cool was that they showed him, he was at a monastery to learn the mystical stuff, but they were also learning hand-to-hand combat.
Yes.
So he is learning to do magic, but he's also learning to protect himself without magic.
Kick some ass.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely cool. I liked how they didn't really change anything about his origin. It was exactly the way it was supposed to be,
pretty spot on,
and
yeah.
that was really cool. How
Driving a Lamborghini off of a cliff.
Here's the thing
Well,
about that
looking at
crash.
the MRI while you're in the Lamborghini.
Yeah. Like, he
There's
was
no way
supposed to.
anyone would have survived that crash.
No,
he would have been long
He
dead.
flipped a million times.
A million times. At
side of a
at
mountain.
like 150 miles an hour.
in the rain.
Yeah. It was like, here, you want to do more bad things? You're like, I'll just check an MRI and drive.
He should have
with my
been
head
drinking
down.
coffee and like painting a picture.
But you noticed at the end of the
Finger
movie,
banging a nurse
there
while he was doing it.
there was the public service announcement that said,
Yeah.
"Don't be distracted and drive." Or it was like,
He was doing every
Or you'll,
horrible
learn
thing
the,
you
you'll
can think
become the
of.
Sorcerer
Yeah.
Supreme.
And when that car went down, I turned to Justin. I was like, there ain't no way he survived that. I mean, come on.
I've seen real life accidents of those supercars. Those supercars are made of carbon fiber. It breaks apart. There's nothing left of those
there's no
cars.
roll
Dude,
cage.
tell Justin about how they surround.
But yeah, that's what I like a lot. I thought the cloak was neat. It had a very magic carpet from Aladdin feel.
Yeah, a little bit.
Definitely.
You know, so that was pretty cool too. But yeah, go ahead, Wayne.
Me, I actually liked Tilda Swinton and how she sort of portrayed the Ancient One. It was sort of interesting that it was a female this time.
Yeah.
So you weren't angry that they changed her?
No, no.
Like everybody was fired up?
No, and, I mean, because Tilda Swinton plays such a straight role, or she plays such an androgynous role.
She does.
That you normally don't see that.
You don't look at her as like a woman or a female. I mean, what an idiot I am. A male or a female, she just kind of like was there. You know what I mean?
But also it's sort of established like in the first battle that she kicks ass.
Oh,
so-
she's a badass.
Right.
Yeah.
And the evolution is to like her link to the dark realm. I mean, it sort of almost humanized her, but it was still sort of cool. And then I actually liked the representation of Dormammu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was perfect.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Especially since they have messed up in before, like Galactus
Right.
and other huge cosmic like entity beings. He looked good.
When I saw it, it actually sort of looked like how I imagined it from the comics.
Yeah, he did.
He's kind of cheesy looking in the comics with the
Well,
ribbed face and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
They made that animate in the movie. It looked
Yeah.
really, really awesome.
They didn't let us down with Dormammu.
No.
No.
And at first I was annoyed because it was just the head. I'm like, oh, it's going to be like this anamorphic head, and like that's all he's talking
Like
to.
Zordon.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like whenever he goes to kill him and smashes him, you see his whole body emerge, and he like his shoulder, and you can tell it's an actual like humanoid being, but
Right.
he's that large.
Yeah, they
and-
got it right. Unlike
Yeah.
Galactus and Parallax
Yeah.
from the Green Lantern, they were just
That was the
clouds.
worst.
If he would have ended up being a cloud
I was
like the other
afraid.
movies,
Yeah.
I
I think you would have gotten up and walked
I'm
out.
like, not
afraid.
another cloud for like a.
Why can't somebody just be big?
Why can't
Yeah.
you just be big and powerful looking?
And I actually think that the way that they did Dormammu, I think all shackles are off on the Marvel Universe for portraying anyone they want as possible. If you can make Dormammu in that situation look cool and big, there's no reason why you can't do a Living Tribunal who was referenced in the movie.
right.
There's no reason you can't do Eternity.
Right.
Well, they've
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Eternity,
Guardians,
I mean, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. They've already referenced the Celestials because of Nowhere.
Yeah.
So they can have these giant beings in the universe,
Yeah.
and this just reinforced it.
Yep.
It's cool.
Is it my turn?
Speaking, one thing to interject.
Oh my God,
my
interrupting.
comic,
Here we
my
go.
my limited comic stuff. So when we did the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet story review, so when I went and read, I learned about all these Celestials. It was really the first time I'd read about them. So in the first scene, when the Ancient One is like shoving him through space and time to see all these things, when they showed Dormammu, it didn't look like the ribbed face. It just looked like a black face with like the galaxies. And I thought that was going to end up being Eternity. Was my first thought.
It had a purple tint to it. I thought it was Thanos. And I'm like, oh, that's
Oh, okay.
Dormammu. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
But one
I
thing,
bet you there's some things hidden in that.
I bet there's a crap ton of things
Of Easter eggs.
when
yeah.
he's going through all those
Oh
dimensions.
yeah.
and
If you
stuff.
slow that down on a DVD, I'm sure you'll pick up a lot of stuff.
There'll be Spider Ham pictured in there. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. Just-
Stanley.
yeah, Frog Thor, Stanley,
Or
Well, I was-
Spider-Gwen.
Spider Gwen. Yeah,
I was trying to, the second time, I was trying to.
You were
look
sleeping the
through
second time.
He's like, I was
Shut
trying
up!
to
Not the whole movie.
I was watching the back of my eyelids, hoping I picked up all the good
I
stuff.
saw the Living Tribunal.
when he was first walking through the museum thing in the New York Sanctum,
yeah.
I was looking in all the cases trying to see if there was anything I could.
I was doing
I
that
could
too.
pick
I was
up.
trying to like,
Well,
I'm sure there's a
actually,
ton in there too.
I thought I saw, what's the guy from Thor who he has the mace? Not Balder.
Beta Ray.
Executioner.
Is it the Executioner? I actually thought I saw his mace in the in
Could
that
be.
movie.
Possibly.
Yeah. Anytime they do that, you're just like, this is because anymore now. That's every movie has we got to go somewhere that has a collection of things in cases.
Yeah.
and
Like
that's-
Thor, when they went through the.
and Guardians of the Galaxy with the
yeah,
collector.
yeah.
And,
Oh,
yeah.
It's the easy way to do Easter eggs and make people
Yeah.
get nerds excited. That's
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah, it's definitely an easy way. Here's how I really like the movie. I think this movie would have been the perfect Green Lantern movie, and this is why.
Here we go. Cue the Ken image.
Face on the left, Ken overly explains things on the right.
Cue the Ken image.
This movie would have been the perfect Green Lantern movie because Doctor Strange could have been Green Lantern. Goes to, gets chosen as Green Lantern, goes to Oa, learns from Ganthet how to be a Green Lantern, gets paired off with Sinestro, i.e., Baron Mordo. They go out and take a mission. They're fighting someone, and they have to fight Parallax in the alternate dimension. Ganthet somehow sacrificed himself. Sinestro doesn't like the way that the Green Lantern Corps is going, goes off on his own, and creates a Sinestro Corps. This movie...
And then kills the guy in the secret credits at the end.
Kills the Green Lantern because he's like, there's too many Green Lanterns. But this movie could have been a good Green Lantern movie to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. It could have been.
This is the perfect buddy cop gone bad because they don't like the direction the cops are going situation.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Do it, Perry.
No, I'm not doing it this time. I got yelled at too much.
It's the same type of setup.
Yeah.
It would have made sense.
One other spoiler we forgot.
What?
Yeah.
The Eye of Agamotto is
Yeah.
the Time Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We called that months ago.
We did call that.
Yeah.
We called
Ken
it.
called it.
It's an infinity gem. It's the
I
time
called
stone. And I like the way it worked.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, especially the
Yeah.
first time he put it on. And, I wasn't a big fan of, like, the laser whip stuff. I thought it went a little too much with Zero shooting those whips out and grabbing everybody.
Yeah,
but
they're
the
fun.
shields worked. And the way they did the eye, where he would, like, the dial would come on his hand. He's
Yeah.
almost turning his hand, changing the apple. I thought
yeah,
that was
that was
fantastic.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
And that was just the apple was the perfect way to show
To just
he
describe
was
how it works.
manipulating time.
Yeah.
Right.
I
And all he
think,
had to do is just turn the little green claw. Yeah.
I think that... Oh, I forgot where I was going to go. I think that every color of all the different magics is going to pertain to a different dimension.
Yeah.
So, or what's causing the magic. So, all the weapons and defenses were yellow. That's kind of cool. Because they mentioned in the movie that whenever they're in the mirror dimension, because they're enhanced by Dormammu in the darkness dimension, it amps them up. That's why their weapons are clear and look like cracked,
Glass.
pieces of glass of
They're
whatever they're
encased
using.
in the mirror dimension.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I liked all that kind of stuff. I thought that was cool, and how the eye works with the magic, and you can use the time, and it
Yeah.
matches the color.
And I like that they came right out with, they just said, well, that's an Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
They didn't waste any time with this. We have to guess at it. Like, there's a Tesseract. 3 movies
Yeah.
in, we're like, pretty sure the Tesseract was a space gem.
Yeah.
They haven't confirmed it yet. They still haven't confirmed it yet, but we're
Yeah.
still pretty sure that's what we're calling it. They just came right out and we're like, that's an Infinity Stone. Oh, good.
Yeah, you might not want to walk around the streets with Infinity Stone.
Well,
around
it's
your
just like
neck.
how Guardians did it. This is an Infinity Stone. And
Yeah.
you knew right from the thing. This is an Infinity Stone. They told you right out from the bat.
I like that Wong knows all this shit.
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
why I think that's why I like Wong as a character.
Wong was good.
and he's not just some weird skinny Asian manservant.
He
He's
knew
a
about
badass.
the Avengers, talked
Yeah.
about the Avengers.
He knows everything that's going on. He's a great link for Stephen Strange to the mystical realm, but also, be there with them. He's a good sidekick,
Yeah.
straight man to, Stephen. Whenever he starts laughing at that stuff at the end of the movie, I forget what he said, and he just started laughing really hard. Wong started laughing really hard.
Actually, the scene where Strange teleports into the library and starts stealing the books behind
Yeah,
that was good.
teleporting and all that. That was pretty good.
I liked when Stephen was doing the astral projection, and he was studying while his body was sleeping, looking over it.
Yeah.
That was good.
Well, we kind of already said all of our favorite. We've kind of been naming favorite moments in there. So
Yeah.
you want to talk about anything that we didn't like?
Well, if we're going to start off with things we didn't like, we should probably just go with you. And let us
No,
know.
we'll start with you. We'll go back around the other way.
Is it that you didn't like Don, or there's something that Don
yes.
didn't like?
Well, we
If there's
have
something I
that,
didn't like about this
we have
movie,
that every week.
Don
We know he doesn't
Diordi.
like me.
He's the worst. I don't know. It's tough to say. I wasn't a huge fan because the storyline was very oversimplistic, but it is what you need to have for an origin movie to get people. Because I feel like if this got too weird, you would have lost everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. No one would have gave two shits about it. What don't I like? I think that's about it. I thought it was good. It was a good Marvel movie. It was fun. If I think of something I don't like, I'll tell you. But as of now, it's all right.
Actually, the one thing that annoyed me, the post clip, was just that was
What, the Thor?
Which one? There was 2.
the Thor.
We're gonna get into the Thor one
Yeah.
after here. I got some theories on that.
Well,
one.
there's the one,
We'll get
one
in
from
that.
the article.
We'll
But
get in-
yeah, okay, so it gave you the origin of Mordo
Yeah.
and sort of keyed you into it. But to me, I always look at that part of the movie as what should be keying me into the Infinity War.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we talked
sure.
last week
Yeah.
at Perkins, or Denny's. I always say Perkins.
Denny's.
That
Don't give
scene,
Perkins free
that
plugs.
scene with
Yeah.
Mordo
On the-
doing that, they could have
never
had that
been
in the
there.
movie.
Exactly.
That could have been towards the end of the movie where they showed this is what he went and did. Because it wasn't, you sit through all those credits to go, oh, Baron Mordo's going to be bad? No shit.
I would have liked it if they'd reversed the post credit scene.
You
yes.
wanted them to flip it.
Yeah,
reverse.
Well, like
Exactly.
Lance said, I think there should have been a better scene to wait at the end that was going to tie into more. I mean, that's what the Thor one's going to do.
What
but
I wish it would have been is I wish Dormammu would have popped up and said to Thanos, like, "Hey, the time stone's on Earth."
Right.
Because
Yeah.
now Dormammu has a stake in wanting to destroy Earth because he should hate Stephen Strange.
that would have been cool, seeing Dormammu,
Oh, yeah.
or
Yeah.
even seeing Baron Mordo talking to Dormammu.
Yeah.
Who?
Dormammu.
Seeing
Dormammu.
those two interact,
Yeah.
maybe opening
Yeah.
up a portal and saying,
Yeah.
"I'll help kill him for you,"
Yeah.
or something like that. That would have been cool.
Because Dormammu might not be able to do anything to anyone on Earth based on the deal he made with Strange.
Exactly. That's why I thought he should go to Thanos and
Yeah.
say,
If he can get to that realm, Thanos is in our realm.
"Yeah, that's
He's
true,"
in
but he
space,
could kind
I
of, yeah.
You know.
I also thought it'd be cool if Dormammu replaces Mephisto in the role of Infinity
Now
Gauntlet.
that would be cool.
Is the person that's with Thanos.
That would be
cool.
real
No
cool.
Mephisto.
I don't know if they. I don't know if they do
It's a
Mephisto.
little too satanic
Yeah.
for
I was
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he is the Marvel devil.
Yeah.
I know.
it's
I
hard,
know.
you know.
I was thinking he was gonna make an
Dormammu
appearance
kind
in
of
this.
is too, though. There's like
That would
was-
be all right though.
Devil.
Seeing him with Thanos, like whispering in his ear.
Like if
be-
he shrinks down, he's like, "Listen, you need to," because if he is like his advisor during the entire thing instead of Mephisto,
it would tie it in.
everyone thinks it's going to be Loki. I think Loki's going to fill the dog. We talked about this in that
Yeah.
thing. But so, what didn't you like, Perry? Are you done, Lance?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right,
Yeah,
Perry.
not a whole lot. The only thing I really didn't like was how quick he was to accept this whole magical realm. I mean,
Well,
that's
if you got your soul punched out of your chest,
but, I mean, that's like a huge load of information
That's
to
a
just
huge
take
aha
on. And he
moment.
just was like, oh, yeah, this makes sense. Okay. Like, he's a man of science, and for all this stuff to happen,
he was desperate at that point.
He just
Yeah.
accepted it. And
well, he thought he was going to do anything to get his hands back.
That's because Benjamin Bratt told him that you could walk.
But he was just so cool
Yes,
and calm
exactly.
about it. All this, you know.
He got his soul punched out of his chest.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
They
he was
got all
so
the secrets
like,
of the
But he-
universe.
okay.
And she
to
took him on.
accept it.
He took him on a magic carpet ride around all the multiverse.
She dropped him on top of Mount Everest and made him get himself back.
But again, you could also be
Your
like you
point
said in
is
that movie.
invalid,
What did
Perry.
you drop
No,
me
it's
with?
not.
Yeah.
You could
That
feel like
even
maybe
proves
you
me
got
more
drugged.
right.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? You could
Yeah.
easily explain that like they really drugged me with some
I like-
Western medicine
What'd
here.
you put in the tea?
Yeah.
It's just tea with a little honey.
Yeah, I mean, that was really it. I mean, everything else was just fine. It worked out
It was
well.
just fine for Perry.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, they did
Hey,
a
that's
good
good
job.
for.
Yeah,
That's good
it's
for
just fine.
I mean, like, it pleased me. I sat there pleased. I was content.
Well, I'm glad that something pleased Perry during the movie.
And it wasn't me.
No.
Whoa,
So how about you?
Casillas. It's
Who's
this.
that?
You stole mine.
This is sorry, Broc.
Yeah, I didn't like
this
him
is
either.
this is another weak Marvel villain.
It is.
He definitely
I
was.
hope-
I agree.
I hope Dormammu or I hope they get
and a
somebody
boring
else.
Marvel villain.
You know
Yeah.
what? You'll never see him again, but you know
Yeah.
why? Because he turned him into mindless ones before sucking him into his dimension. He turned them gray, and he gave them all three of them red eyes. He turned them into
Yeah,
mindless
the
ones.
mindless
That's a
ones.
good point. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Wink.
But yeah, other than that, and this is just I gripe about the villain in most of these movies because
Because the first one's always the
They're
shittiest
usually-
villain.
most of the
Yeah,
villains are
you're
weak.
right.
But other than that, I
He was a
wanna save
very.
the good
really
ones.
enjoy it.
It was a very like. It's a guy that you taught magic to, then he turned bad.
It's a starter villain.
You
Yeah.
never really thought that he was going to win, though.
No.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, there was
He
almost
needed some
no.
Visine
Yeah,
for
like
his
he
eyes
doesn't
first
have
of
a
all.
chance.
Actually,
Yeah.
there was one other thing I didn't like. Let me jump back in here for just one sec. When they started playing with the eye,
Yeah.
it was a little too Superman-y for me.
What, going back in time?
Going back in time,
Yeah.
rewinding things to to make sure
so
it's safe.
slow. Some guy crashing into a pizza cart or whatever, and then going backwards. And
I can understand why you didn't like that, but I thought the special effects during that fight
Oh, no.
scene that it was happening in reverse was really cool.
No. The effects were excellent. Just it is.
it
a plot
reminded me, I
device, it
forget
was a
what
little
video
bad.
that was from the 90s where everything was going in reverse. Whose video was that? Where the guy's like walking backwards and everything, people falling down or all.
Dire Straits.
That wasn't
No,
Dire Straits.
it was Blink 182.
It was a Blink video.
Guy was on fire and he
Yeah,
runs backwards.
running and running backwards and starting all over again. That's what it reminded me of.
Beyonce did that, too.
Yeah.
Beyonce had a prominent role in this movie.
Didn't you guys like that thing that he put him in, the bad guy, and it locked him
Yeah,
in?
that was
place?
neat.
I so want that to put on my kids. Like when they start acting up, I want to be like, bam! And they're I can't move. The thing goes over the face, you know.
Are you going to apologize?
You're going to sit here in that weird, awkward stance in there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
The
strange.
thing was so weird, but it was so great.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening to him? Like, he's just all torn.
I actually thought it was over then. I'm like, what's the point? This guy's now dead. Like,
He's got him locked in that thing. You know, he's fine.
You're going to sit here and think about what you did.
Do you have any more you don't like? Or you
No,
done?
that
Broc?
was it. Now that I stole Brock's.
I'll think of this on the fly. There was a lot of forced humor, which I understand is the Marvel formula, but some of it just it got corny at parts.
Don't take Adam's side.
Yeah.
Some of it was forced. Some of it they just kind of threw it in there. But I'm so used to it now because it's the Marvel format.
Right.
It's like serious, make a lighthearted joke. Serious, make a lighthearted joke, just to keep the kids and the women like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Now, what about Stan Lee's appearance?
I thought it was the week.
One of the weaker ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
About
like-
that though, I don't know if you guys read, but I guess he filmed 4 because they're not expecting him to live very much longer.
Oh, really?
So it's sad. Yeah, he did the next 4 movies or something like that.
Yeah, and it's probably all going to be that where they can CGI something behind
Right.
him.
Yeah.
It was just all in one day.
I would have liked
Yeah.
to seen him like as one of the people training at the
Yeah.
magic
Yeah.
place.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Go do the martial arts.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I can't really think of much that I did not like about this movie. I really thought it was solid from top to bottom.
There's
Yeah.
one thing that's Adam and the guys were mentioning earlier. The female character, what's her face?
The other doctor.
The other doctor.
Rachel McAdams?
Yeah. Her character was just kind of transient. Like,
Yeah.
Woefully underused
Yeah.
actress.
Yeah.
yeah, she could at least got topless once or something to really liven up this production. But
Something.
she was definitely
So
underused.
Ken's obviously looking for the adolescent boy formula
Yeah.
that MCU provides.
I'm going to a comic book movie. The only way to make it better is see
Get
some
something
boobs.
out. Yeah.
And she was quick to accept all that too, out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Well, I mean, he did show up with a portal in the janitor closet.
And popped out of thin air in
She
his
just
ghost
accepted,
form.
like, okay, yeah.
Well, you make
Well,
it seem like this shit's
who
right
knows
in
how
front of you.
people
would put her in,
Who
like,
knows
an
how people
asylum.
would accept that? You know what I mean? Like,
Perry knows because of all the knowledge he has from nautical tattoos that he's not going to accept this just all willy-nilly like Rachel McAdams.
so one thing now, maybe I don't read Doctor Strange enough to know this, but in Doctor Strange books, did they use those rings?
No.
No, that was all.
I didn't like those rings. I didn't know
yeah.
what the hell that was.
Well,
You
yeah,
don't have
because-
your portal ring on.
Yeah,
I was
because-
like, do you really need that stupid decoder
piece of
ring?
copper, yeah.
Like that piece of copper? Like I feel like that would fall off a lot.
You know, that was called plot convenience.
Yeah.
Like, do I need to get stuck somewhere? I lost my ring.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
forget
Well,
a power.
and it wasn't ring; it was brass knuckles.
It was. It was.
It was
No, it was a brass
like,
ring.
you don't have a secret ring decoder. You're not going to be able to get out of here. Oh, and all this that they would do in a ring. I thought that was kind of
The prop master went to some pawn shop and took some 1990s rap stars jewelry collection to make these rings.
He scraped
It said
word
G
life.
unit on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
off the-
Standing off Skilo out there.
You know those are going to show up on like street level thugs on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that. down
Oh
the
yeah,
line.
probably
It's gonna
magic
be like-
rings.
it's
and,
Agents of-
and this was kind of hokey to me
Yeah,
when they were doing the circle.
Don
hand
is waving his
gesture.
hand. In the
Yeah, I was
circle.
gonna say we're recording just.
I was gonna explain it. Ken. I was gonna explain it. I thought that was my problem with some of the magic. Like I said, I didn't like the laser whips. They look like lassos, but I was
Lasso
okay
of
with
truth.
it. I like the shields. I like the fans that the
shields.
ancient one did.
Yeah, those were
I
awesome.
didn't really understand what the bad guy smoke glass saber things were.
because I just
Ken
explained it.
explained it. Weren't you paying
Because
attention?
they get power from the mirror dimension because
so they were mirrors they're stabbing them with.
that's where they could draw their power from because they've done.
I didn't really like those swords. They looked weird.
Well, I'm sorry they didn't. I'm sorry that everything isn't about you.
Just saying, I didn't like it. I understand why they were. I just didn't like it. They looked weird. Some of those things looked odd. I thought they did a great job, like I said, with the buildings and all that, but I didn't like some of the magic elements, which maybe they'll tune those
I
up.
feel like they needed to defer to make distinctive of what magic was coming from different universes. That's why, or multiverses. That's why they picked what they did.
And why were they so quick to accept him anyway?
Who?
Doctor Strange.
Why are you so upset about acceptance of people?
Because the Ancient One believed in him.
I think they were
that was
watching him for a
immediately.
while. I
She
think
saw-
Mordo is like
Yeah.
her recruiter. Like he
Yeah.
he watches people that might have some kind of.
I was
gift
just
or-
curious.
It's with
guys.
anything where someone gets endued with power. They're special for some reason.
But this is a very exclusive club.
You know, and it's just like a Green
And he's
Lantern
just
ring.
an
You get
American.
chosen by it. You get
Yeah.
chosen by this. You know, and she saw something in him. It's just to have that, like Ken said, it's the Green Lantern formula.
Yeah.
Mordu's not going to like how easily he became so good at it after Mordu's been doing it his
That
whole
is
life.
okay.
And it's
definitely.
that jealousy. It's the why is Hal Jordan so good at it all of a sudden? You know.
Well, because
Yeah.
Wong even mentions that he's when he's messing around with the Forbidden Book.
Yeah.
When he says you're a natural at this.
Right, and the cape chose him.
Yeah, and the cape
He's
chose
like,
him.
the cape
and-
was allowing you to wear it. Oh my God! You know, they were so stunned by it. You know,
That doesn't just come like.
It's a very fickle friend or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
So
So let's get to the Thor scene.
let's get to the Thor scene. We're gonna talk about Thor and Doctor Strange.
And Lance, you look like you want to talk about this a little bit. What did you think about that scene?
I thought it was sort of contrived.
Okay.
Now, reading the articles where everyone's supposing that it was Loki,
I think it's totally Loki.
I can see it now.
I didn't read
But-
those articles.
I didn't either.
But the thing is that if you weren't sort of keyed into the MCU and you,
It makes no sense.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It looks like you're just trying to say, okay, this is the plug for Thor 3.
Well, I think by now everybody probably, not just nerds now, everybody's tied in the MCU. I mean, I know people that don't read comics. They're like, "What's the next movie I have to see?" My father, who never read comics in his life, knows these things and said to me in that scene. The first thing he said to me was like, "I gotta ask you about that cutscene." He was like, "Isn't Loki dead?" He was like, "Why is Thor saying he's hanging with Loki and they're trying to find Odin? Wasn't Odin on the throne at the end, and Odin was Loki?"
Right.
And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "That's because I don't think that was Thor. I think that was Loki trying to figure out a way, like." I think he has something planned for Strange that he wants his help for something.
Right.
It's all part of his scheme because I don't think that was Thor. Why would Thor and Loki be looking for Odin when we last left it? Odin was on the throne
Right.
as Loki, and
Yeah.
Loki's dead.
Why would Thor
then
need his help?
Thor
Yeah.
doesn't even know his brother's alive. He thinks he's
You're
dead.
right.
Right.
Yeah, totally right.
So I think that's totally Loki
Wow, that's a good
tricking
theory.
Doctor Strange to say, I need you to come do something for me.
Right.
Maybe he has Odin somewhere and he doesn't want anyone to find him. He needs magic help for some
Or
reason.
it could be where the supposition where Loki is Thanos' lackey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
possibly.
he's trying to get him into space.
yeah. Trying to lure him out and get the
He's
eye.
doing something. I just don't think that was Thor. I think also his reaction of like when he was drinking the beer,
Right.
Like he did. You know how Thor would be like, "Oh, like this is,
Right.
oh, I like this." He was just kind of like, "Oh, like you're feeling it
right.
back."
There's no flag in my mind.
You know, I think Thor would have been like another one. You know, like really pumped
right.
for like, "Hey, you can make beer appear out of nowhere." Where he's just
Yeah.
kind of like, "Oh, like I have another one." You
keep
know,
drinking
it didn't
beer.
seem like Thor to me. It seemed like Loki pretending to be Thor.
That's interesting. I didn't
get any of that. I just took it as face value. I thought it was
Because
going to be.
it doesn't make sense. Loki is dead. Why would Thor be like, "I'm with Loki"? You know, me and Loki are trying to find our father. The last time we saw Thor, he knew exactly that his dad was on the throne.
Unless this is after this cutscene takes place after Ragnarok.
Yeah, unless it takes place in a different time.
And then he finds out that if it takes place after Ragnarok, and he finds out that his brother's been impersonating Odin, and someone stole.
Which I don't know why they would have that far out of the loop like that. Like they've kind of gone in succession. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
all out of the loop.
Well, that could have all been going on during the Civil War stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're going to see Doctor Strange in Ragnarok.
Okay, so my question: how much is he going to be a
Not
key
a key
player,
player,
or is he just going to
cameo.
show up?
He's going to be there doing something, then realize. I think he'll help them at the end sometime. I think he's going to be involved because I think Ragnarok's going to be heavy. Infinity Stones. It's the last one before they go into that. They have
So we already know we have Thor. We already know we're going to have Loki. We already know we're going to have Banner and Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to have maybe Doctor Strange. I mean, this is turning into. We talked about this.
It's
Avengers 2.75.
It's going to turn it. It's going to be like how Civil War was, another Avenger movie with all that. I mean, because you have Guardians next year to do
The
maybe
space stuff.
maybe another The Last Stone. Could be in the next Guardians. I wouldn't doubt it if it was. I wouldn't doubt if the Last Stone, which is the what stone? It's the Soul Gem.
Well,
Something.
that's the one from Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's somehow tied to Star-Lord's dad, if he's going to be that living planet. If it's not inside of him or something like that.
Which is dumb.
You know, it'll be something tied with Guardians has to do the next stone.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's not going to have any of this stuff because it's totally...
They can't have another one on Earth.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just totally that. And then you have Thor to wrap it up before you get right into Infinity War. You know, so I think it'll be tied in.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually think there's going to be a scene where Thanos destroys the Nova Corps and steals that one too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I think it's going to be...
How many do they have?
They have one.
They just have one.
The Collector has the other
So
one.
let's break this down. So Strange has one.
Yep.
Vision has one.
Yep.
Asgard has one.
Yep.
The Collector had one.
He has the other one.
Which one's on Asgard?
He has the ether.
He did have the ether, but whenever they were looking for the other one, something could have happened to the ether.
Yeah, they haven't said that
Yeah.
he lost it yet, but he had the ether.
The one on Asgard is the Tesseract.
It's a Tesseract.
Okay. I thought they delivered both to the Collector.
No, they
kept
gave-
them apart.
They kept them
that's
apart.
right.
They
Yeah.
don't want him. They don't want him that close.
Yeah.
Remember, you should never keep an Infinity Stone that close to each other.
The Nova Corps has
They have the Power Stone.
the Power Stone. And then, so we're missing one. We're missing the Sixth
We're
Stone.
missing the Soul Gem.
I thought that's what Vision had.
No,
Vision
he
has the Mind Gem.
Okay, yeah, we're missing the Soul Gem because that's the one that Adam Warlock's in.
They got to bring in Rune.
Because
Oh,
the
but for
ether
the
was
seventh gem.
The ether was the reality gem, right? Because
Yeah.
it warped all reality. It was
Yeah.
mixing worlds together and all that stuff.
Which one? No, the Ether was the Power Gem.
Power Gem
No,
was
the
Guardians of
purple
the
one-
Galaxy.
The purple one on Guardians was the power.
That's
Gem.
what Ronan had.
That's dumb.
Yeah,
That's
the
what it
ether
was.
in Thor was actually the
Argument
reality.
over. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The ether was the reality. We're missing the soul,
Yeah.
which I can guarantee. I bet you it shows up somewhere with Star-Lord's dad.
It's definitely going to be in this Guardians. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be.
Are they going to introduce Nova?
I don't know. They haven't gone down that road yet.
Like
with
ever? Oh, okay.
who knows?
have to.
Maybe after Thanos destroys the Nova Corps,
Yeah.
that they
There's
have
one-
they
It's the world mind.
they have to
They
they
have
have
to.
to do something.
Yeah.
They develop because they haven't developed Centurions yet.
Yeah. Yep.
They don't. They have the Nova Corps. They don't have Centurions.
Well, but maybe we're going to see the Centurions in the beginning of the new Guardians movie because most of the Nova Corps was killed fighting Ronan.
Yeah, a lot of them were killed.
So maybe they developed that.
And
And
maybe
we'll
it's
see
in
them
their
in the
new
beginning.
technology to develop Centurions instead of those little star things.
Yeah.
Hey, but those starships make a net.
They do make a
make a
nifty net.
A very useless net.
I don't know. That's the only one they haven't introduced yet, so it'll have to pop up somewhere.
It'll be in the next Guardians.
And then we'll see what Ragnarok looks like. It'll probably be, like you said, a lot of Marvel cameos heavy in that.
Yeah.
Heavy. And probably, who knows? I mean, we'll see.
It'll be the non-Earth Marvel universe.
Yeah, like they did it on Earth with all the heroes in Civil War. They'll have to do something on there with them.
Yeah. But all right, so what's next? Is there anything else?
I don't know. I think we've covered a lot of stuff. Anybody have any final thoughts?
Go see it. It's a worthwhile movie.
Yeah.
Very
Are
cool.
we going to
And-
do you're going to do ratings?
Thank you, Lance, for reminding us.
All right.
Let's start over with non-descriptive baseball caps. How many of those, Broc?
I'm giving it a solid 4.
Solid 4. Cheese Wheels.
4.
4 cheese wheels. Green Goblin shirts.
Green Goblin shirts.
He didn't wear Green Goblin.
Well, it's
I gotta
still,
bring it back.
It's still his thing.
Perry stupid sweaters.
Perry, how many stupid sweaters?
How many nautical tattoos?
It's Green Goblin shirts because I'm not making any more new images.
all right. I'll give it 3.5 Green Goblin shirts.
3.5 Green Goblin shirts, and we have ebony bald heads.
Ebony bald heads. I will go with 4 ebony bald heads.
4 ebony. Well, I'm going to
4.
join you with 4 ivory bald heads,
There
so we
we
can be
go.
on the same thing again.
And bandanas?
Bandanas.
4 as well. I think it was
4
good.
all around. Wow.
No, Perry was
Perry.
the one turn.
Wait.
I'm not budging.
Those people just couldn't. I mean, how can they just believe these things that they're seeing?
I know.
Perry is the
whole
French
nother
judge.
world. Yeah.
It's a whole new world.
They just accept it. Oh, this is real. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
a new
teach me.
fantastic
Teach
point
me.
of view.
Didn't you feel like sometimes
That's
his?
not how it would work in real life. It's
Didn't you
not.
feel like
Hey,
sometimes
if you
his?
got punched in the chest and your soul left your body and you were sent through the multiverse and they said you could teach you how to do that, what would you be?
I would need to process the information for a
Oh,
while.
shut your
And if
stupid,
I-
stupid face.
And if I told anybody,
not
they'd
true.
put me
Don't
in
you
an
know Perry
asylum.
gets visited by 3 ghosts tonight?
I would have.
And they take him on some tour. They teach him a lesson. He comes back next week all happy and in a better mood.
I want to punch him in the chest as hard as I can. See if I can get a soul to go
His
through
soul's
his body.
not coming out.
Yeah, but see, Perry's montage is going to have Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
We don't have the license to play that.
Yeah, we can't
No,
play
I
that.
was gonna
otherwise
start singing
we'll
it,
get
but
banned
no.
from YouTube. All right. Well, thanks everybody for your clever insights.
Hey,
And,
anytime.
Kenny, take us out.
Hey, please like, share, subscribe, invite. And thanks for listening. See you.
Later.
All right.
All right.